My name is Larry Milnes. I served as Fremont Public Works Director from 1959 to 1988. I was born and raised on a dairy farm in Riverdale, California's Fresno County, and I lived there until I was 15. That was a very important part of my life in that it set the foundation for what the rest of my life would be. When I was 15, we moved to Modesto, and I graduated from high school there. And then the World War II came along, so that also set part of my destiny. I ended up with a Navy Reserve and spent time in Okinawa as an officer in the 25th Naval Construction Battalion, Seabees. Returned from the war, went back to college, University of California, got a master's degree in civil engineering, and my profession developed from there. At that time, I met Eleanor, my future wife, and we were married when I graduated with my master's. Went back to Fresno and worked in the Fresno Irrigation District as an engineer, and progressed then to where I ended up here in Fremont in 1959. And this was to be my home. I had the good fortune of the primary focus of my work changed every 5 years. So it was like having a whole new job, starting out with fresh enthusiasm and establishing policies and creating a city. The first 5 years were primarily the typical public works and city engineer activities. Some highlights that people will recognize. I had a very active role in getting the Congress to approve the project for the construction of the Alameda Creek flood control channel. I saw the need to underground utilities in order to remove that blight from the city as it developed. I wrote the ordinance for that. Likewise, with Fremont having varied terrain, we needed policies to guide the development of lands in a form that did not scar the city. I developed the excavation and grading ordinance that was responsive to that need. Moving on then to the second era of 1964 to 1970. During that period, I was asked to take on the responsibility for the city's park system. It had previously been in the recreation department. So that was folded into the engineering activities of the city. The other highlights included the design and development of Central Park, one of the city's real prizes. My city staff, at my recommendation, was given responsibility to design and build Central Park. We did the impossible. In 24 calendar months, we designed and built the park, provided everything that we told the voters we would provide, and we ended up with $39,000 in the bank. Unheard of for any kind of a public project. We saved part of the land that we excavated and created what is now known as Bird Island, a very highly treasured environmental feature in the park. During that same time, the East Bay Regional Park District was developing a master plan for expansion. Fremont had been very neglected by the Park District up to that time. I was instrumental in getting and nominating park sites in Fremont, including acquiring Mission Peak, establishing a historic farm park, developing the quarries, which were then being quarried into lakes, and getting that developed as a Quarry Lake Regional Park. That's all in active use now. Vargas Plateau will be coming along, and that will complete the chain of parks along the ridge for the Park District. I was appointed as Assistant City Manager in 1975. My first charge was to consolidate the departments of Planning, Engineering, and Economic Development, working as a part of a council-appointed committee of 3 people to settle a $15 million lawsuit in the North Plain. One of the side effects of that settlement was that Hardwood Park came to the city as a 170-acre park. I was fortunate in my next stage of where I was managing special projects for the city, that I managed to lease Hardwood Park to the Regional Park District for them to develop as an historic farm park. Other highlights during that time were the construction of the Fremont Main Library and development of the city's 911 emergency dispatch system. All of these things are my fingerprints. They serve, I believe, to make Fremont the very fine city that it is today. I feel very fortunate to have had this opportunity to plan and build and continue to live and enjoy this very fine city. We built our family home in 1964. Our family has grown now. Our youngest will be celebrating his 50th birthday this year. We now have 7 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren, and they all come home annually for a family reunion in our family home.